The cafeteria explodes with whispers as Sebastian Sterling walks past my table without even a glance. My chest tightens painfully. 3 weeks. It has been 3 weeks since he last looked at me, and I'm dying inside. I watch his silver hair catch the afternoon light as he sits at the far end of the cafeteria, surrounded by his usual admirers, but somehow looking completely alone. My best friend, Jake, kicks me under the table. "Dude, you're staring again," he hisses. "It is getting pathetic. I can't help it," I mutter, forcing myself to look down at my untouched lunch. He won't even acknowledge my existence anymore. Maybe because you laughed in his face when he confessed? Jake raises an eyebrow. Just a thought. The memory hits me like a punch to the gut. Sebastian's serious blue eyes, his low, careful voice saying, "I like you, Noah, be my boyfriend." And me, stupid, oblivious me, laughing nervously and saying, "Haha, come on, stop joking around. You're straight, aren't you?" I'll never forget the way his expression changed. The hurt that flashed across his perfect features before they went completely blank. The way he turned and walked away without another word. God, I'm such an idiot. It wasn't always like this. Sebastian and I grew up together. Our families close since before we could walk. He was always the golden child. Perfect grades, perfect looks, perfect at everything he touched. I was just Noah. Average student Noah with his average brown hair and average life, always trailing behind Sebastian's brilliance, like a shadow chasing the sun. I worshipped him growing up. Everyone did. But somewhere along the way, that worship turned into something else. Something I was too scared to name. So I buried it deep, convinced myself it was just admiration, just friendship. Because someone like Sebastian Sterling could never want someone like me. That is why I thought he was joking. The bell rings, jerking me back to reality. I grab my bag and hurry out, hoping to catch Sebastian in the hallway. It has become my pathetic routine, trying to manufacture coincidental meetings that he sees through every single time. I spot him at his locker, and my heart does that stupid flutter thing. It always does. He is wearing his uniform perfectly as always, silver hair swept back, long fingers moving efficiently as he exchanges books. I take a breath and walk over, trying to look casual. "Hey, Sebastian," I say, hating how my voice comes out too hopeful. "I was thinking maybe we could." He closes his locker and walks away mid-sentence. Doesn't even look at me, just walks away, like I'm not even there. The hurt is physical. I stand there like an idiot, hand still half raised in greeting, watching him disappear into the crowd. Some girls nearby giggle, and my face burns with humiliation. Jake appears at my elbow. Man, that was brutal. "Thanks for the observation," I mutter, shoving past him toward my next class. That afternoon, I find myself in the library during free period, pretending to study while actually watching Sebastian through the gaps in the bookshelves. He is at his usual spot by the window, sunlight making his silver hair look almost ethereal. He is focused on his textbook, occasionally making notes in his neat handwriting. He is so beautiful, it hurts. I remember when we were kids, maybe 7 or 8, playing in his backyard. I'd fallen and scraped my knee badly, crying like the world was ending. Sebastian had knelt beside me, his blue eyes serious and concerned, carefully cleaning my wound with the gentleness that always surprised people about him. "Don't cry, Noah," he'd said. "I'll always take care of you." When did things get so complicated? My phone buzzes. A text from my mom. "Don't forget to invite Sebastian for dinner this weekend. We haven't seen him in ages." My throat tightens. How do I explain that Sebastian won't even breathe the same air as me anymore? Our families are still close, still have their regular dinners and gatherings. But Sebastian has become a master at being polite and distant with me in front of our parents, never giving away that anything's wrong. It is torture. I text back, he is busy with college prep. The lie tastes bitter. I'm still staring at my phone when I hear the chair scrape. Sebastian is leaving. Without thinking, I jump up and follow him into the stacks, my heart pounding. Sebastian, please, I say, and he stops, his back rigid. For a moment, I think he might actually turn around. Can we just talk? I need to explain. There is nothing to explain, Noah. His voice is cool, controlled. He still doesn't turn around. You made yourself perfectly clear. No, I didn't. I thought you were joking. Why would I joke about that? Now he does turn, and the ice in his blue eyes makes me step back. When have you ever known me to joke about anything? He is right. Sebastian has always been serious, almost to a fault. It is me who jokes around, me who deflects with humor. I should have known. I'm sorry, I whisper. I'm so sorry, Sebastian. I was just surprised and I didn't think. That is the problem, Noah. You didn't think. He adjusts his bag on his shoulder. You didn't think about how much courage it took. You didn't think about what it meant. You just laughed. The word hangs between us like an accusation, because that is what I did. I laughed at his feelings. I didn't mean, I need to get to class. He turns away again. Please stop following me. And just like that, he is gone, leaving me standing alone among the dusty books, feeling like my heart has been shredded. You need a plan, Jake announces the next day at lunch. A grand gesture or something. He won't even let me near him, I point out miserably. How am I supposed to make any gesture, grand or otherwise? Join his clubs, show up where he is. You know, typical rom-com stalker stuff. Jake grins at my expression. I'm kidding, mostly. But I'm desperate enough to try anything. I spend the afternoon researching Sebastian's schedule. He is in the debate club, the honor society, and volunteers at the community center on weekends. I sign up for debate club immediately. The club president, a sharp-eyed senior named Melissa, looks skeptical when I show up for my first meeting. Noah Bennett, she checks her clipboard. Aren't you the guy who is flunking English? I'm not flunking, I protest. I'm just not excelling. Debate requires excellent verbal skills. I can talk, I say, then realize how stupid that sounds. I mean, I'm good at arguing. Ask anyone. Melissa sighs, but lets me join. I take a seat in the back, trying not to stare at Sebastian, who is sitting in the front row like the perfect student he is. He hasn't looked at me once since I walked in. The meeting is about preparing for an upcoming tournament. Melissa assigns practice partners randomly, and my heart leaps when she says, Sebastian, you're with Noah. Sebastian's jaw tightens. I'd prefer to work alone. It is partner debates, Melissa says firmly. You need to work with someone. For a long moment, I think he is going to refuse outright. Then he gives a curt nod, still not looking at me. Fine. We're supposed to meet after school to practice. I arrive at the library early, setting up at a table with my notes, my heart racing with nervousness and hope. Maybe this is my chance. Maybe if we're forced to work together, he'll let me explain. I wait for 30 minutes, then an hour. Sebastian never shows up. The next attempt is the community center. I volunteer for the weekend literacy program, the one I know Sebastian helps with. When I arrive Saturday morning, he is already there, reading to a group of elementary school kids. He is so gentle with them, patient and encouraging, and I fall a little bit more in love with him watching it. One of the kids, a tiny girl with pigtails, notices me hovering in the doorway. Are you here to read too? Before I can answer, Sebastian looks up. Our eyes meet for the first time in weeks, and the expression on his face, resignation, hurt, anger all mixed together, makes me want to disappear. I'll take him. another volunteer says quickly, ushering me to a different room. I spend the morning reading to kids who couldn't care less about my broken heart, stealing glances through the doorway at the silver-haired boy who won't even look my way anymore. When the session ends, I try to approach him in the parking lot. Sebastian, please? Can we just... He gets in his car and drives away before I can finish the sentence. I stand there in the parking lot, watching his car disappear, and something inside me cracks. I've been going about this all wrong, following him, trying to force conversations, making him uncomfortable. No wonder he wants nothing to do with me. That night, I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything we've lost. Sebastian has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. His laugh, rare but genuine. The way he'd help me with homework without making me feel stupid. How he'd always save me a seat at lunch, bring me coffee when I had early morning classes, remember tiny details about things I liked. All those little things I took for granted, all those signs I was too blind to see. My phone lights up with a photo notification. It is from my mom's Facebook. A picture from years ago, maybe when we were 15. Sebastian and I at the beach, his arm around my shoulders, both of us grinning at the camera. I'm looking at the lens, but Sebastian is looking at me. How did I not see it? I zoom in on his face in the photo, at the softness in his eyes, the gentle smile. That is not how you look at a friend. That is how you look at someone you love. And I threw it back in his face. The tears come before I can stop them. I cry into my pillow, mourning what I've lost, what I was too scared and stupid to see when I had it. Because the truth is, I've loved Sebastian Sterling for years. I've just been too much of a coward to admit it, even to myself. Monday morning, I make a decision. No more following him, no more forcing encounters. If Sebastian wants space, I'll give him space. But I can't just give up entirely. I buy his favorite coffee black, no sugar, the expensive kind from the KFE near school, and leave it on his desk before first period. No note, no expectations, just the coffee. He arrives just as I'm leaving the classroom. Our eyes meet for a split second before I look away and walk out. I don't know if he drinks it or throws it away. I don't check. The next day, I do it again, and the next. Every morning for 2 weeks, I leave coffee on his desk and walk away without a word. Jake thinks I'm crazy. What is the point if you're not even going to talk to him? The point, I say quietly, is that he knows I'm thinking about him, that I care, even if he doesn't want me around. On the 15th day, there is a note on my desk when I arrive at class. My heart stops. It is in Sebastian's neat handwriting. Stop wasting your money. Not a thank you, not a reconciliation. But it is the first time he has acknowledged my existence in over a month, and I clutch that note like it is made of gold. The weeks crawl by. Fall turns colder. Sebastian remains politely distant. I've stopped trying to force conversations, stopped showing up at his clubs uninvited. But I still leave the coffee, still find small ways to show I'm here, I care, I'm sorry. Sometimes I catch him watching me in class, but he always looks away quickly. Sometimes I think I see his expression soften when he finds the coffee, but maybe that is just wishful thinking. Our parents notice something's wrong, of course. You and Sebastian have a fight, my mom asks one evening. Something like that, I mutter. You should talk to him, she says gently. You two have been friends too long to let something come between you. If only she knew it wasn't friendship I'd lost. Jake tries to set me up with other people. You need to move on, man. He is clearly not interested anymore. But I can't. Every time I see Sebastian in the hallway, every time I hear his voice in class, every time I catch a glimpse of silver hair in the crowd, my heart reminds me that there is no moving on from Sebastian Sterling. Not for me. November brings college applications, an end of semester stress. I see Sebastian less as he throws himself into his studies and college prep. He is applying to all the top schools, of course. Everyone knows he'll get in anywhere he wants. The thought of him leaving, going to some prestigious university far away, makes me physically ill. I'm only a junior. I'll still be here at this school without him. The thought is unbearable. One afternoon, I'm in the library cramming for a calculus test when I overhear some senior girls talking. Did you hear? Sebastian Sterling got early acceptance to Yale. My pencil snaps in my hand. Yale, Connecticut, across the country from our California hometown. I make it to the bathroom before I throw up. The announcement of the winter formal comes in early December. It is a big deal at our school, a semi-formal dance where the seniors get one last hurrah before graduation stress really kicks in. I have no intention of going, but Jake has other ideas. Come on, you have to go. It is tradition. I'm a junior, I point out. It is mainly for seniors. Juniors can go too. Besides, maybe it'll help you move on. See Sebastian having fun with other people. Finally accept that it is over. The thought makes me want to die, but Jake won't let it go. Eventually, just to shut him up, I agree to buy a ticket. The weeks leading up to the formal are torture. Everyone's talking about dates and outfits and after parties. I overhear some girls plotting how to ask Sebastian, giggling about how handsome he'll look in a suit. The night of the dance, I almost don't go. I stand in my bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror in my rented suit, and think about how much easier it would be to just stay home, watch movies, eat ice cream, wallow in my misery. But something makes me go. Maybe it is the masochistic part of me that needs to see Sebastian one last time before he graduates and disappears from my life forever. Maybe it is hope, stupid and persistent, that won't quite die. The venue is decorated beautifully, white lights everywhere, making the gym look like something out of a fairy tale. Music thumps from the speakers, and people are already dancing, laughing, having the time of their lives. I spot Sebastian immediately. He is standing near the punch table, looking devastating in a perfectly tailored black suit, his silver hair styled back. A group of girls surrounds him, but he looks uncomfortable with the attention, politely but firmly keeping his distance. My heart aches just looking at him. I'm about to turn and leave. This was a mistake when Jake grabs my arm. Oh no, you don't. You're staying. At least have one drink. He drags me to the punch table. We're maybe 10 feet from Sebastian. I keep my eyes down, trying not to look, trying not to hope. Then I hear his voice. I'm not interested in dancing, thank you. He is refusing some girl's invitation, polite but firm as always. I risk a glance up and find him looking directly at me. Our eyes lock, and for a moment, the whole gym seems to fade away. Then he looks away, and I feel the loss like a physical blow. Jake pushes a cup of punch into my hand. Drink, mingle, try to have fun. But how can I have fun when the only person I want to be with won't even acknowledge my existence? The night drags on. I dance with a few people, try to laugh at Jake's jokes, try to pretend I'm fine, but my eyes keep drifting back to Sebastian, tracking him around the room like a compass pointing north. Around 10 o'clock, the DJ announces it is time for dedications. People can request songs and dedicate them to dates, friends, whoever. It is cheesy and sweet, and it makes my heart hurt. I'm getting another drink, trying to decide if I can reasonably leave yet, when the DJ's voice comes over the speakers again. All right, everyone, we've got something special here. This next one is, well, let me just read it. This is for someone who deserves better than my fear. Someone I never should have laughed at. Someone I'm still too much of a coward to face. My blood runs cold. That is not. I didn't. dedicated to Sebastian Sterling from, oh boy, this is brave, from Noah Bennett. The room erupts in whispers and giggles. Heat floods my face as everyone turns to look at me, but I'm frozen in place, staring at Jake, who has the audacity to look pleased with himself. What did you do? I hiss. What you were too scared to, he whispers back. You're welcome. A slow song starts playing, something romantic and heartbreaking. I want to disappear into the floor. I want to run out of the gym and never come back. Everyone is staring, whispering, pulling out phones to record this disaster. Then, I see Sebastian. He is standing perfectly still in the middle of the dance floor, staring at me with an expression I can't read. The crowd parts between us like the Red Sea. It is just me and him, connected by 30 feet of polished gym floor and 1,000 missed chances. He starts walking toward me. My heart is pounding so hard, I think everyone can hear it. He stops maybe 5 feet away, and for a long moment, we just look at each other. Did you really dedicate this song to me? He asks quietly, and his voice, God, his voice is so careful, so guarded. Jake did it, but I take a shaky breath. But I should have, months ago. I should have done a lot of things differently. Like what? His blue eyes are intense, searching mine. Like believing you, I say, my voice cracking. Like not laughing. Like telling you the truth instead of being a coward. And what is the truth, Noah? He takes a step closer. What would you have said if you weren't a coward? The whole gym is watching. Phones are recording. This will be all over social media by tomorrow. But none of that matters anymore. Nothing matters except the boy in front of me and the words I should have said 6 months ago. I drop to my knees. The gasps echo through the gym. Someone drops their drink. The music keeps playing, romantic and devastating, as I kneel on the polished floor in my rented suit, looking up at Sebastian Sterling like he is everything. Because he is. I'm sorry, I say, loud enough for everyone to hear. I'm so sorry, Sebastian. You told me how you felt, and I laughed because I was scared. Scared that someone like you could never really want someone like me. Scared it was too good to be true. Scared to believe in something I wanted so badly. His expression doesn't change, but his hands have clenched into fists at his sides. I've loved you since we were kids, I continue, my voice shaking. Maybe even before I knew what love was. Every stupid girl I tried to date, every time I told myself it was just admiration, just friendship, I was lying to myself. It has always been you, Sebastian. It has only ever been you. Noah? His voice is rough, barely audible. You told me you liked me, that you wanted me to be your boyfriend, and I threw it back in your face. I hurt you, I know I did, and I don't deserve your forgiveness, but my voice breaks. But I'm asking anyway. I'm begging. Give me another chance. Let me prove that I'm serious this time. Let me prove that I love you. The silence is deafening. Everyone in the gym is holding their breath, but I only care about Sebastian, standing above me with an expression I can't read. His blue eyes swimming with emotions I'm afraid to name. Then he moves, drops to his knees in front of me, eye level now, close enough that I can see the silver flecks in his eyes. Do you know how long I've waited to hear you say that? He whispers, and his voice is thick with emotion. Do you know how many nights I lay awake hoping you'd figure it out, Sebastian? You made me wait 6 months, Noah. 6 months of watching you follow me around like a lost puppy. 6 months of pretending I didn't notice the coffee on my desk every morning. 6 months of dying every time you looked at me with those sad eyes. Tears are streaming down my face now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He reaches up and brushes the tears away with his thumb. The first time he has touched me in half a year, and the gentleness of it breaks something open in my chest. "You're an idiot," he says softly, but there is no heat in it. A beautiful, oblivious idiot who I've been in love with since we were 15 years old. 15? I choke out. "You saved a seat for me at the lunch table on my first day at this school, even though you barely knew me. You smiled at me like I was someone worth knowing, not just the new kid everyone was trying to impress. I fell in love with you that day, and I've been falling ever since. Why didn't you say something sooner?" "Because I was scared too," he admits, and the vulnerability in his eyes. Sebastian, who is never vulnerable, destroys me, scared of losing you completely. Scared that you'd reject me and it would ruin everything. When I finally worked up the courage to confess, you laughed. "I'm the worst," I whisper. "I'm the worst person alive." "You're not," he says, and now he is cupping my face in both hands, his thumbs stroking my cheekbones. "You're just Noah, ridiculous, wonderful Noah who uses humor to hide his feelings and thinks he is not good enough when you're everything. I don't deserve you." "Probably not," he agrees, but he is smiling now, really smiling. The rare, genuine smile that makes his whole face light up. "But I love you anyway. God help me, I never stopped loving you." I'm crying in earnest now, ugly sobbing in the middle of the gym floor with everyone watching. "Say it again." "I love you, Noah Bennett," Sebastian says clearly, loudly, letting everyone hear. "I've loved you for 3 years. I loved you when you laughed at my confession. I loved you through 6 months of silence. I loved you every morning when I found coffee on my desk. I loved you through every moment you thought I hated you. I love you too," I sob. "I love you so much, it hurts. I love you so much, I can't breathe without you. I love..." He kisses me. The gym erupts in cheers and applause, but I barely hear it. All I can focus on is Sebastian's lips on mine, soft and sure and perfect. He tastes like punch and promise, like coming home after being lost for too long. His hands are in my hair, and mine are clutching his jacket like he might disappear if I let go. The kiss is gentle at first, tentative, relearning each other after so long apart. Then it deepens, becomes desperate, 6 months of longing and regret and love pouring into it. When we finally break apart, both breathing hard, Sebastian rests his forehead against mine. "You made me wait 6 months," he says again, but he is smiling. "I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you, I promise." "The rest of your life," he pulls back slightly, one eyebrow raised. "That is quite a commitment, Noah." "I mean it." I look directly into his eyes. "I wasted too much time being afraid. I'm not wasting any more. You're it for me, Sebastian Sterling. You're my person, my forever, if you'll have me." "If I'll have you," he laughs, actually laughs, and the sound is beautiful. "Noah, you're kneeling on a gym floor in front of 300 people professing your love. I think we're past the if stage. Is that a yes?" "That is a yes, you ridiculous boy. Yes, 1,000 times yes." He pulls me up, both of us standing now, his hand firmly clasped in mine. "Be my boyfriend, officially this time." "Yes," I breathe. "Yes, absolutely, yes." He kisses me again, softer this time, sweeter. Around us, people are cheering, whistling, shouting. Congratulations. Jake is crying, actually crying, giving me a thumbs up through his tears. When we finally pull apart, Sebastian keeps his arm around my waist, keeping me close, like he is afraid I might bolt. For the record, he murmurs in my ear, "I was never going to give up on you. Even when I was ignoring you, I was waiting, hoping you'd figure it out." The coffee notes, I realize. "You knew I was the one leaving them." Of course I knew. Who else would remember I like it black with no sugar? He smiles. Every morning, I'd find that cup and think, Maybe today. Maybe today he'll say something. I'm sorry I made you wait so long. You're here now. That is what matters. He pulls me toward the dance floor. Now come on. This is our song, apparently. You owe me a dance. We dance as the slow song plays, wrapped in each other's arms, and it is perfect. It is everything I didn't know I needed. Sebastian is warm and solid against me, his heart beating steadily under my cheek as I rest my head on his shoulder. What happens now? I ask, quietly. Now? He tilts my chin up to look at him. Now I take you on actual dates. Now we hold hands in the hallways. Now everyone knows you're mine and I'm yours. Now we make up for lost time. You're going to Yale in the fall, I say, unable to keep the sadness from my voice. And you'll be a senior here, he acknowledges. We'll figure it out, Noah. Long distance for a year, then you'll apply to schools nearby. We'll make it work. You've thought about this. I've thought about nothing but you for 3 years, he admits. Of course I've thought about this. I kiss him again because I can, because he is mine, because I'm his, because we have time now. All the time in the world. The song ends, and another begins, but we keep dancing. All night. We dance and talk, and kiss and laugh. We dance through the stares and the whispers and the photos. We dance through the ending of one chapter and the beginning of another. At some point, Jake cuts in to hug us both. I'm taking full credit for this, by the way. Best wingman ever. Thank you, I tell him seriously. I mean it, I never would have. I know, buddy, I know. Buddy, I know. He grins. Now go dance with your boyfriend before he thinks you like me better. Sebastian pulls me back into his arms possessively, as if that could ever happen. The night ends too soon and not soon enough. When the dance is over and people are filing out, Sebastian and I linger in the parking lot, reluctant to let the magic end. I should probably get home, I say, even though it is the last thing I want to do. Probably, Sebastian agrees. But he doesn't let go of my hand. This feels like a dream. Like I'm going to wake up tomorrow and realize none of it happened. It happened, I promise, squeezing his hand. It is real, we're real. Finally, he breathes and kisses me one more time under the stars. We make plans for tomorrow, our first official date. Sebastian insists on picking me up at 2, taking me somewhere special. I agree to everything because I'd agree to anything as long as it means being with him. When I finally get home, my mom is waiting up. She takes one look at my face and smiles. Good night. The best night, I say, unable to stop grinning. Mom, Sebastian and I are together, like together. Oh, honey, she says, pulling me into a hug. It is about time. We've all been waiting for you too, to figure it out. Wait, you knew. Noah, everyone knew, except apparently you too. She laughs. That boy has been in love with you forever. The way he looks at you, I'm just glad you finally saw it. I float up to my room, texting Sebastian goodnight 12 times before he tells me to go to sleep. I lie in bed, replaying the night over and over, touching my lips where he kissed me, hardly believing this is real. My phone buzzes with one last message from Sebastian. Sweet dreams. Noah, I love you. I type back, I love you too. I love you too, always. The next few months are the happiest of my life. Sebastian and I are inseparable. We eat lunch together every day. Steal kisses between classes. He comes to my baseball games even though I'm terrible. And I sit through his debate tournaments even though I barely understand the topics. Our families are thrilled. Our moms already joke about us being their future sons-in-law. Our dads just seem relieved the weirdness between us is finally over. Jake takes full credit for our relationship at every opportunity. Remember that time I saved your love life? Becomes his favorite conversation starter. In February, for Valentine's Day, Sebastian takes me to the beach where we used to play as kids. We walk along the shore, hand in hand, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and pink. "I have something for you," he says, pulling a small box from his pocket. My heart skips. "Sebastian, relax. It is not a ring." He laughs. "We're 18. Let's maybe graduate first." Inside the box is a simple silver bracelet with a small charm, 2 interlinked circles. "It represents us," he explains, fastening it around my wrist. "Connected, unbreakable." I kiss him as the waves crash around us. "I love you. I love you too," he murmurs against my lips. My ridiculous, wonderful Noah. Spring comes, and with it, Sebastian's graduation. I sit in the audience with our families, cheering louder than anyone when his name is called. He is valedictorian, of course, and his speech is perfect and inspiring, but all I can focus on is the way he catches my eye and smiles. After the ceremony, as everyone's taking photos and celebrating, Sebastian pulls me aside. "I'm leaving for Yale in August," he says seriously. 3 months from now. The reminder is like a bucket of cold water. "I know. I need you to promise me something." He cups my face in his hands. "Promise me we'll talk every day. Promise me you won't let the distance make you doubt us. Promise me you'll wait for me like I waited for you." "I promise," I say fiercely. "Sebastian, I'm not letting you go. Not ever. 1 year of long distance is nothing compared to a lifetime together." "A lifetime?" He smiles. "You're thinking about a lifetime with me?" "Every day," I admit. "Every moment. You're my forever, remember." He kisses me, deep and sweet and full of promise. "You're mine too, always." Summer passes in a blur of stolen moments and desperate memorization. I try to commit everything to memory. The way Sebastian laughs, the feeling of his hand in mine, the taste of his kisses, the sound of his voice saying, "I love you." The day he leaves for Yale is the hardest day of my life. We say goodbye at the airport, both of us trying not to cry in front of our parents. "It is only a year," Sebastian reminds me, though his voice is thick with emotion. "Then, you'll apply to schools nearby, and we'll be together again." 1 year, I repeat. "I can do 1 year." "We can do 1 year," he corrects, kissing me one last time. "We can do anything together." I watch him disappear through security, my heart breaking and soaring at the same time. Breaking because he is leaving, soaring because he is mine, and I'm his, and no amount of distance can change that. That night, we video chat for 3 hours. The next night, 4. It becomes our routine. Calls every night, texts throughout the day, virtual study sessions on weekends. It is hard, harder than I imagined. But it is worth it. Sebastian is worth it. My senior year is strange without him, but I throw myself into my studies with new determination. I need good grades to get into schools near Yale. I need to be worthy of the faith Sebastian has in us. He comes home for Thanksgiving, and the reunion is everything. I practically tackle him in the airport, kissing him in front of everyone, not caring who sees. His parents laugh. My mom cries happy tears. Jake demands credit again. Winter break is even better. We spend every possible moment together, making up for lost time. On New Year's Eve, as the countdown begins, Sebastian takes my hand. "Make a wish," he says, as the crowd around us counts down. "I don't need to," I tell him. "I have everything I want right here." The countdown reaches 0, and he kisses me as fireworks explode overhead. "Happy New Year, Noah. Happy New Year, Sebastian. I love you. I love you too," he says, "this year and all the years after." In March, I get my acceptance letters. Yale, waitlisted, Harvard, rejected. But Columbia, in New York, just a few hours from Yale by train accepted. I call Sebastian immediately, screaming the news. He screams back, equally excited. You're coming to the East Coast. I'm coming to the East Coast. I confirm. We'll be close enough to see each other on weekends. Every weekend, he promises. Sometimes more. Noah, this is perfect. And it is perfect as summer approaches and my graduation nears. I think about how far we've come, from childhood friends to something more, from my stupid mistake to his cold shoulder, from grand gestures to this, a future together, bright and beautiful and ours. At my own graduation, Sebastian is there in the audience, having flown home just for this. When I walk across that stage, diploma in hand, I look right at him and smile. Later, at the celebration, he pulls me aside to the same spot in the parking lot where we first got together at the winter formal. I'm so proud of you, he says, wrapping me in his arms. My brilliant, wonderful boyfriend. Our boyfriend, I correct, making him laugh. Ours, he agrees. Mine and yours. Together. Always together, I promise. Kissing him as the sun sets on this chapter of our lives and rises on the next. Because that is what we are now, together, despite the obstacles, despite my initial stupidity, despite the distance and the doubt and the fear. We found our way to each other, and I know with absolute certainty that we'll never let go again. Sebastian Sterling took a chance on loving me, on confessing his feelings, even knowing I might reject him. I was too blind to see it at first, too scared to believe it. But love, real love, doesn't give up that easily. It waits, it persists, it finds a way. And our love is strong enough to last a lifetime.